Welcome to the channel. This is going to be a short video where we are going to be taking a look at Community Report 97 for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This was published on the 3rd of November 2024. So we might as well just jump straight in and get down to see what the devs have got to say. It says, "Greetings, dear comrades of the Soviet Republic and all our fans of our game around the globe. We're excited to renew our commitment to more regular updates. A long wait for news, especially just a few map announcements, might not satisfy your enthusiasm. Although it's challenging to share competing updates when much of our work revolves around bug fixes, those active on our Steam forum are well aware of our dedication. We're approaching 4,000 bug and support threads with about 50 new ones each month." So this is very much the focus of this report, but there are a few interesting things that they talk about. Well, and they've also included some general screenshots, which we'll take a look at. And you can see here we've got a bus here. It's actually in pretty good nick, actually. I like the idea it's driving through the rural area here. They got that one there. So we're just going to move down to the next section. It says, "We're grateful for your active participation in the process. For those less familiar, here are a few examples of recent fixes and changes we tackled. Corrected tram sound bugs, addressed issues with disappearing ships, adjusted incorrect bridge pricings, reduced replacement costs for large chemical plant machinery, fixed crashes related to updating already updated bridges, updated localization across many languages, enhanced building models, and added more connection points." Now, that list may not sound particularly very interesting, but it is the bread and butter of when you're maintaining any form of software, especially games. And I know from personal experience that I'm having to fix these. Some of these, when you read them, they don't sound very much, but they can take a lot of time to fix, especially the testing. Because if you're getting a bug which doesn't always appear consistently, trying to create that exact condition to be able to test it and prove that you fixed it can be pretty frustrating. I know that from personal experience. So we got another screenshot there, actually. This looks pretty awesome, actually. I like the row of flats across the back here, and especially the terrain, the snow as well. I must admit, when the game first came out, I didn't really like the snow, but now we've got the more kind of terrained maps. The snow's starting to look really impressive. Anyway, we're just going to move down again. It says, "We cherish the vibrant community we built when open dialogue is encouraged. Our moderators are vital to this work. They ensure discussions are respectful and constructive. You must occasionally take firm action against those who disrupt the harmony. Such measures are essential to preserve the forum's quality, and some of our worst offenders may end up in a virtual gulag for the rest of their pity lives." Yeah, I think this is always a hazard of any forum or any discussion group. You've always got someone who, well, just talks rubbish is probably the best way, and just want to kind of disturb the overall process of trying to get something done constructively. So we'll just leave that and move down. No, I'm not going to go to this picture first. I'm going to read the paragraph below, and then we're going to come back and take a look at the picture. It says, "Back to development. We're excited about an incoming improvement for personal cars. We're improving parking in covered garages. It will soon reduce the spread of wear on parked vehicles by 70%. This change for garages of all sizes will be applied through a new building config flag, and modders will be able to use that in their creations. It may be theoretically applied for other types of buildings with covered parking vehicles." And then it shows here is the tag, it says maintenance is.garage, and this is actually a picture of covered garages. Now I'll be completely upfront. I wasn't aware that there were covered garages available in the game. I must admit, I'm assuming that these are mods, so I might take a look at that. But it'd be nice to actually see these actually added to the base game. The other thing I will say about this is that I think this could be usefully applied to, say, fire stations where the vehicles are inside. In fact, any of the actual buildings, even, say, police buildings where the vehicles are parked inside, in maybe the secret police, simply because it's personal cars and some of the service vehicles that can be a bit tedious to have to replace when you're playing with maintenance enabled. So being able to extend the lifespan of them because they're actually in a garage. It'd also be fun to possibly put a sample of, say, if you're doing an early start, to put samples of vehicles in a building and just kind of keep them there for kind of historic nostalgic purposes. Anyway, I'm digressing at the moment. So moving down to the next paragraph, it says, as our development updates might become less frequent, we are shifting focus slightly, spotlight your incredible contributions. The Steam gallery is filled with inspiring player creations, and we plan to feature these more prominently. This shift towards celebrating community content will be more hopefully enrich your experience and prove a fresh inspiration. So they're kind of showing these pictures here. Now, I must admit, I do like this layout. I was looking at this picture before I started, and the detail in here, I'm assuming Shrike is the person who posted this picture. And I must admit, if any of you follow my series, you'll be aware that I kind of sketch a little bit on the layout, but I do aspire to doing something like this over time. And this is a very good example of how you can actually make a city look more real, is probably the best way to describe it. And you've got the car parks here. And of course, in the center here, you've got a nice big arena. So moving down to the next paragraph is we are also considering incorporating more educational content in our reports. Understanding the complexities of our game can be daunting, and we believe structured guidance could be beneficial. To this end, we created a poll to gather your preferences on which game mechanics you would like to explore in detail. Please cast your vote via this link. Personally, I won't comment too much about this, but I think what is probably more important than the actual mechanics, because one of the problems with this game is not so much the individual mechanics, but how they interact with each other. And I think that would be a more interesting direction to go, to show the links between different mechanics and how they influence each other. And the ones that spring to mind is especially from a new player perspective, is the interrelationship between happiness, loyalty, and health, because there are some subtle connections there which I think new players don't understand because they're tempted to treat them as separate entities. So maybe a bit more detail on that. Now, I wouldn't suggest releasing the kind of under the hood type mechanics, but some guidance in how those kind of attributes react to each other would be quite useful. We've got another picture here from Wardog 707. Oh, wow. I haven't actually looked at this one. Got a nice football stadium here with lights. And also we got an aircraft coming in on an airport here. I'm not sure if that would be a pollution factor there. But I do like the idea of the stadium lights on this corner here. And of course, another aspect of the game which has improved dramatically is the night view now with the lighting. When the game first came out, it was good, but it wasn't brilliant. But I think it's now being moved to a totally different level with all the different lighting effects. Yeah, I've never actually considered putting an airport close to a city. Maybe that's something I might do in the future. Anyway, let's just move down to the final paragraphs. So it's based on your input, we'll tailor future reports to focus more on development updates, community highlights, and educational content. We're eager to adapt and evolve these communications to best serve your interests and enhance our collective engagement with the game. We're just beginning to navigate these changes, so we appreciate your patience and feedback as we refine this approach. That is one of the reasons that this report is shorter. We hope that you will participate in our poll and enjoy these few screenshots we shared with our community. Until next time, remember to enjoy real life as much as you do cherish your virtual endeavors. So that's it. Very short, straight to the point community report. I really do like the objective of where things are actually going, and the fact that they show more effects of the community. Because even just simple pictures like this, like going down to this airport and this one here by Shrike, just gives you ideas about building your own cities. And maybe even eventually I might get to the point where some of my cities might start looking a bit like this. So I've got a long way to go because I tend to be more of a technical player. Anyway, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Any comments, opinions, feedback, feel free to chuck it in the video description. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.